Greetings everyone, Ava here, and today we're going to ask DiYeena about just the Pleiadians in general. I really want to go into a deep dive on this topic and see what can she tell us about her, about the Pleiadian family, about where they come from, about the dimensionality, and just any details that she can bring. And hopefully she covers all of these things I just mentioned and more. So we're going to just dive right in and let her come through. Here we go. Greetings! This is DiYeena of the Pleiadian family, and we like to say we come to bring the love. We come to bring the love. What a wonderful topic. Thank you for asking this question, you see, because we've been sitting a little bit on the sidelines, you see, waiting for you to get curious about us, you see. Many of you are already curious, and maybe you have heard others talk about us, you see. We're going to talk a little bit of a different way, you see, in the ways that are relevant for not only DiYeena, but for the Pleiadian family that is here present in this frequency, in this field right now, you see. Because what you need to understand about the Pleiadians, most of you know, you hear about like the seven sisters, the star system, you see, and that there are planets there, you see. And the one where there are Pleiadian family members here that are a little bit, there are different dimensionalities present. You see, this is important to understand, just in the same way that on your earth there are different dimensionalities. People that are in the third dimension, you have the physical bodies, and then there are expansions of consciousness, availabilities within the higher frequencies, you see. So some people have activated these higher levels of dimensionality, are in the 4D and 5D in the sense of consciousness, you see, expansion, so that are able to move fluidly within these dimensionalities, you see. And so there is ways that you can kind of move in and out of the frequency, you see. So we have beings that are like in the physicality on planet Era, you see. And this is where you will find some, not in the third dimension, it's not quite that dense, you see, more like 6, but it's like that, you see. And then we have 6 through around 9 here in the consciousness, and then DiYeena particularly, you see, is a little bit different, you see. So there is, we bring all of the lovely Pleiadian frequencies, and then there is also, DiYeena is very old. DiYeena is very old, you see, and it is not so much a soul in the way that you think about. Do you think about souls? You see, it is more like a blending of consciousness. You see, so there are like fractals of consciousness. You see that are coming through in order to help the humans to raise the vibration and the consciousness. You see, so we are pulling in frequencies and pieces of consciousness that are really the most helpful for where you are in your journey on the earth, you see. You are really in a big transition, you see. You are really doing it. All the humans, you see, are really doing it. It looks like you're making a very big mess. Does it not? You look like you're making a very big mess. It looks like that is creating much more division and separation in your world, and just getting like it looks very messy, you see. And what we say is, in the bigger picture of it all, it looks very, very beautiful, you see. You are really standing up and doing the work that is really necessary to help the process of the evolution, you see, on the planet and in the people, you see. So you are really right on track, as we like to say. In fact, you are moving much more quickly than we anticipated. Isn't that fascinating? Isn't that beautiful news to hear? Because some days I know it feels like you do not even want to get out of bed. And we are here to tell you that you are doing such good work, and that you can really take a deep breath and exhale and feel very accomplished in your life. You see, I know some of you came thinking, we're going to do so much and we're going to do it all in this one time. We're going to heal all the places and all the spaces, and we're going to save the world. Many of you actually did sign up for this. This is why you feel it in your bones. Isn't that amazing? And you're actually doing it. Some people do not think we can change the world, but you do. You believe it, or you would not be here. You do. Somewhere deep inside you believes you can change the world. And so we are here to tell you that you actually are doing it, and to keep going, you see. And so back to the curiosities of the mind, you see, around the Pleiadians, you see. Isn't this so fun, you see? So the Pleiadians, which we like to tell you, we bring the love and the joy and the play to the life. You see, this is really some of the secrets. So the way that we heal and the way that we help And the angle that we come from is really lightening up, you see, the situations, you see, lightening up so that it does not feel like so heavy. Like you have to be trying so hard, like you're moving through quicksand or like through the mud, you see. It's more like we're just going to lift you up out of that and put you on a cloud. And then maybe we sprinkle on some sprinkles and maybe had you an ice cream cone or something like that, you see. And for the vegans, we have the vegan ones too, you see. Ava's a vegan, you see, so we like to play like that too, you see. And really just weave in these fun ways, you see, because it can be fun. You see, you would have enjoyed to have been a fly on the wall when we were creating DiYeena's channel and Ava was asking DiYeena for the help. You know what it looked like? It looked like a bunch of bubbles in the clouds. And we would almost have her blowing the bubbles because we just wanted to lighten it all up, you see. So that is the energy of it. It is light. It is play. Like a little child, because these are really, it is not just to have fun, it carries deep wisdom from the ancient times in it, you see. This way of being is not just for fun. This way of being is really, carries a much deeper essence of truth than you might even be aware of. So it is through the play, and it is through the experience of really being light in the field, light in the body, that we are first of all connected to the heart space, no? You are connected to the love. And so this is the seed of consciousness. You see, this is the seed of all creation in the heart space. This is why you're also curious about the hearts and why we always say heart to heart and the love coming from the heart. And there's always so much emphasis on the heart. It is partly because this is the seed. This is the place where it is the overlap in consciousness where we all feel the oneness, you see. And so from this place of the light, the seed of the light, in the heart space, there is really all potentiality, you see. All potentiality exists here. Everything. Everything. Everything is inside your heart space, you see. You can go any direction. You can move in any frequency, any dimensionality. You can shapeshift into whatever you choose. You see, there are so many options available that there were too many to count. You see, and so it becomes, what is your purpose? What is your purpose in all of this, you see? And so that is where the Pleiadians, we come to help, not only for that, but also to remind everyone of why you came, you see. Because many of you who are choosing to, who feel resonance with DiYeena, you see, part of your purpose is to really hold and anchor in the Pleiadian frequency, and not necessarily just pure Pleiadian, but the starseed frequency of light, we will say, light and love, on planet Earth. You see, you came here to say, I am going to be an anchor point of light and love on the planet, because when you do that, and we will talk again another time, we talked a little bit in a previous video about finding your place on her body, on the Earth, where you resonate so that you can be in a circuitry of vibration that is aligned with the earth and your body, and the sound of the two really create a harmonious experience, and it becomes then an anchor point on the grid of the earth for the Pleiadians and the light workers, so that we can really begin to communicate in a new and different way. You see, using the underneath the crystals in the earth, using our other, as you begin to open up your multi-dimensionality, you begin to get more tuned into your activating pineal gland, and so you're activating all of your psychic abilities and your ability to really transport to different dimensions through astral travel and time travel, and doing all of these things that you already always know how to do. You see, telepathy, things of this nature begin to become very easy for you, you see. And so what that does then is it begins to create this grid. And grid is not quite the right word, because that feels a little bit like a net of trapping in. It is more like a holding in, like a frequency of vibration that begins to pulse in the earth and in the humans, you see. And so that creates this constant, almost like a heartbeat, you see. And that heartbeat then, some of you are going to be at points on the earth that carry in the energetics of the Pleiadians along the ocean lines, you see. And what is in the ocean? We have the dolphins, we have the whales, we have even the tuna fish that swim with the dolphins. There are certain creatures in the ocean that carry some of these extraterrestrial frequencies as well, you see. And so they are working very, very hard on raising the frequency of the earth through the waters, you see. Isn't that amazing? So this is the overall intention. You say, what is the purpose of the Pleiadians? What are we here for? What is the agenda? You see, what is the Pleiadian agenda? This is really it in what you call a nutshell, like a little nugget, you see, is really to anchor in the essence of love and light on the planet through light workers and starseeds that are here embodied on her planet, you see, to assist in the elevation and the uplifting of all of creation. Not only on the planet, but intergalactically as well, you see, because this planet is very important in the galaxy. This planet Earth is really, it's like on a major highway, you could say, and it is like a pit stop, you see, and it is also an important piece in the place in time travel as well, you see, and it really carries a lot of importance. So a lot of beings are, we said in a couple other videos, we are really watching planet Earth right now, and the humans. Sitting back, we like to say, eating the popcorn, you see, and watching the show and saying, what are the humans going to do today, you see. And we are really loving watching you because we are so in love with the human experience that you are really, really creating this experience of love. You are really doing it, you see. And so we like to say to just keep going with the good job, you see. So this is just a little bit of a taste of who the Pleiadians are. We are very similar to the humans. This is why we are also able to help, because we have experienced what you are going through right now on your planet, of the splitting of the timelines, you see. So you have very clearly what is happening here is a 3D and 5D timelines, and you have and this is why you are feeling the polarity so deeply right now on your planet, and why you are experiencing where you used to have maybe much more in common with certain people. You are really feeling the separation. You are really feeling the pull apart, and it is simply because the people are choosing different timelines, you see. And different frequencies, different dimensionalities, you see, a little bit of that pull. And so it is very good, you see. It is very good because everyone is moving at their own pace, doing their own mission, you see. Just because somebody is choosing to stay in a lower vibration, a lower frequency, does not mean it is bad. You see, they have a mission, they have a job to play. So really honoring everyone for where they are at and what role they are playing, even if you do not understand it, even if you do not quite get what they're doing. And maybe it seems a little bit very opposite from what you are doing, you see. And opposites are good. Opposites are really, really good in this paradox, in this polarity. It really is what creates the whole thing. It really makes the whole thing work. So we honor all of life, all of creation, all expressions, you see. Which I know is not always easy to do, but that is the job, you see. And so that is why the Pleiadians are here. It's really to just help to guide a little bit, because we've been through this. We know what it is like to be in this polarity of timeline shift, you see. Many of us have gone through this journey before, both here and in different places, you see. And the other thing about what you need to know about this Pleiadian family is there are so many people that are very, very old here, what they would say with DiYeena too, you see, who are really just here bringing so much love and laughter, you see. So we are here to help you. So we are here to help answer your questions and to help bring the clarity and to help guide in the love, so that you can really feel like you are doing your part to, as you would say, save the world, you see. It is a very beautiful thing, you see. It is very beautiful, you see. And not that the world needs saving, but sometimes putting it in this way brings a certain level of accomplishment in the ego that is a healthy way to express and to feel a part of something. It is a sense of belonging and a sense of purpose, you see. So this is really, we just have to really be okay with being with all of the ways that consciousness expresses, you see, at all the levels of consciousness, you see, because everything has its truth at the appropriate level, you see. So you can say, well, DiYeena, how could that be true if we are all one? Or how can that be true in the world of the nothing, the no thing, you see? Enlightenment and beyond, you see. It all is a part of the weaving, you see. So there is always truth at the fractal and the angle of consciousness where it is at, you see. This is why it is always important to honor and respect and love everyone for where they are at and what they are giving and who they are being. So this is a little bit, you'll hear more about the Pleiadians over time, but this is really a nice way to just introduce what we're really here for. This is the most important part. So begin to get curious if you are not already very curious or already know where your point is on Mother Earth, and begin to find your spot. You see, there are people that can help you with this around the world, with like you say, like different kinds of astrologers that look at your locations, you see, things like this. Find people that can help, and then the only way to really know is to go, you see. Yeshua, Ava's husband, says that phrase all the time. The only way to know is to go. So you go and you be on her body, and you just see where does it resonate. And it is a body feeling. It is a feeling of exhale. It is a feeling of feeling at home. It is a feeling of feeling at peace. It is a feeling of feeling just very good in your body, you see. It is a good feeling. It is not like a feeling of over busyness or overthinking it, you see. If you're finding yourself too much in the head, let yourself sink into the body more and feel how your body feels in this spot. And then you can just ask the earth, is this my spot? She will tell you. She will tell you. Especially if you're doing it on the 8-8 portal, you see. Or close to it, you see. This is helpful. You see, so we're going to leave it like that. You see, we love you very much, children of the family of consciousness. You see, we are all a part of it, and we love you dearly. And good work to all the humans in the bodies. It's a hard job, but you're doing great. We love you very much. I trust that message was exactly what you needed to hear. And if you enjoy this, please give it a thumbs up, share it. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And we look forward to seeing you next time. And blessings to all of you, dear friends.